Services, Blavazi and who1.co.uk present the 20 megabyte Doctor Who podcast.
Hello and welcome to the 20 megabyte Doctor Who podcast, episode 600. I'm Adam, and Mary fell down to the ground. No, it's Amy fell down to the ground. Sorry, Mary.
Yes.
Amy fell down to the ground. I suppose that's the most iconic catchphrase, other than the other ones that you lot come up with, like Kirby Bartlett Sloane.
Oh, are we doing 600th anniversary type quotes?
I don't know what we're doing, Mary.
We can do whatever we want.
Do what you want.
Can I proceed?
I just said Kirby Bartlett Sloane. I'm pretty sure that was your name. That's been for
Yes,
quite a while now.
I know, but then I was interrupted.
No, you weren't. I didn't hear an interruption. Did you hear an interruption, Mary?
I'm afraid I was the interruption.
Poetry, physics, same thing.
And Mary Lang.
We're running through Paris. Paris.
There we go.
Yes. So, yes, it's episode 600. I'm sure no one's going to make a particular fuss about it, because we sort of need to initially go through the story we're talking about this week, which is the pilot. And I'm able to do that fairly briefly, brief as well, because we have got an episode back in the day when it was originally out where we did an extremely long synopsis, probably too long, to be fair. So, are we happy to proceed with that?
Master.
Oh, what now?
Master.
Yes.
It was not just a synopsis. Back in those days, you tended to do commentaries. It was a commentary.
Boring. That's a
no, it was actually pretty...
our synopsises seem to run longer than the show. The actual episode. But anyway.
I enjoyed listening to it. It was fun.
We'll bash through... basically, I watched the pilot about 3 weeks ago because I expected to be recording about that particular time. It might have been 2 weeks ago. So it's we've had Dr. Mysterio. The Doctor's sort of coming back to himself. So he's got himself a little job at I presume it's Coal Hill School, although it looks like a slightly older school.
It's a university in Bristol.
He's not a caretaker anymore, is he? He's some sort of professor there now.
Master, it's a university in Bristol.
Anyway, it's a university in Bristol, like I said. And we've got Bill Potts, she work in the kitchen there, and she's also a student. I couldn't quite get that. She serves chips, a bit like Rose did when she was under
Master.
Yeah, but he makes her one.
Yeah, she's not a student. He makes her one, like Mary just said.
Thank you, Mary. I'm just seeing if you lot watched it. Anyway, and
apparently you didn't.
I did, but it was a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, so no, you've thrown me now. Anyway, so he makes her. He's encouraging her to become a student and teacher. Initially, sort of hiding his true purpose. He's got sonic screwdrivers on his desk, but which I assume where she picks one up and looks at it or something. I can't remember now.
I love all the little stuff on his desk.
There's
I
also
love the pictures of his wife and his granddaughter.
Yeah, there's also it's almost like the desk of a Doctor Who fan, isn't it? Which is quite interesting.
Did you notice there's a raven on it?
No, I didn't.
Oh no, I didn't either.
No.
Yep, there's a raven. I wonder what that's
he's
for.
also, like the top super fan, he's got a TARDIS in his sort of study. He must have a very high ceiling, that's all I'm going to say. Anyway, to cut a long story short...
Master. He also must have an entrance to the Batcave because of that Shakespeare bust. It must have a hinge on the back, and then you open it up, and then you flip the switch and take the pole down to the Batcave.
If you say so, Kirby. Anyway, he's retained Nardole as his sort of companion, companion in more ways than one. He's his sort of permanent friend.
Yeah,
so he's got someone.
I hope somebody along the way can explain to me what Nardole really is.
He's
you said he,
sort of half human, half...
Is he a android? What is Nardole?
Well, what's a cross between an android and... an android and a person.
He's a cyborg.
Cyborg, that's it.
Cyborg, okay,
yes.
Okay.
That's the word I was looking for.
The Doctor only had his head to work with, and so he created a body.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
and a
thank
duffel
you. That
coat.
helps me a lot.
So yeah, him and Nardole are just sort of doing their thing together. But there's a mysterious dungeon. We know who's in it now, but at the time we didn't. But there was plenty of, guesses going on as to who was within this sort of high security dungeon place. Bill's quite nosy. She sort of follows the Doctor around and stuff, and then she catches eye this attractive young lady with a star in her eye. And who's quite flirty as well initially, before she went a bit funny. And there's a puddle as well, of course. She's encouraged to look into this puddle, and what actually happens is that her sort of potential lover gets seduced by the puddle and turns a bit weird, and then starts leaking left, right, and centre. And eh?
I was laughing.
The waters of Mars.
Yes,
as soon as I
same special
Yeah.
effects, yeah.
Waters of Mars. We're back there.
They obviously had the whole mechanism still standing
Yeah,
around.
that saved
so
the
they wanted
BBC
to
a
use
bit of
it
money.
again.
But so once she's sort of been seduced and incorporated, and the Doctor realises that this is quite a serious situation, they try to get away from this thing, because he thinks that it's after taking Bill as the, to join them or taken away. So he tries to run away from it. So it goes to Australia, goes to all sorts of different places, but she always turns up. Even goes to Skaro, which I'd forgotten that scene was in there, which was really quite cool. So that was.
Oh yeah,
it was
and we'd been Master. We'd been speculating that the Movellans would be back, and there they were.
Don't tell me they were front and sides too, were they?
No comment.
Yeah, so yeah, they were there. That's right. I've forgotten about the Movellans. That scene was really quite cool. A bit pointless for the story, but it was nice little thing for Doctor Who fans to gush about. So yeah, that's basically what the rest of the episode was. It was a remake of The Chase, and it had Daleks in it as well. Didn't go to the Mary Celeste, but wasn't there a mention of the Mary Celeste somewhere as an Easter egg?
Yeah, there was, I believe.
There you go.
I'm not going to bother looking it up.
No, I'm pretty sure it was in there somewhere. So I feel
you're going to make me look it up, aren't you?
No, I'm not. It was a sort of a remake of the Chase.
But I didn't see Dracula or Frankenstein. Were they in The Chase?
Don't be silly. Anyway, so after all this sort of chasing around, I think that somebody, or probably the Doctor, realised that Bill has to say, "It's all right, you don't have to take me with you," because there was a scene in which said she'd go anywhere with her, and she releases what was her name again? This character, the girl, I forgot.
Heather,
that's right. She released Heather, who, ironically, Heather, not this Heather, another Heather, does our disclaimer at the end of the episode. And she floats off into space, and Bill and the Doctor go back to the college, and then we see.
Okay, here it is, Master.
Go on then.
The Doctor and Nardole are by a huge metal vault door. The name board of the Marie Celeste is down there.
So that,
as well.
Do you think that's a sort of very heavy clue that this is Moffat's version of the Chase?
Yes.
No? Well, I think it
absolutely.
Is. Oh, thank you. So yeah, it's as a relaunch episode, it was quite good. First episodes aren't always good with Doctor Who, to be fair, but this is pretty good. Bill, as in Pearl McKee, did quite well because she's an unknown actor up to this point, and she was quite solid. Capaldi was brilliant as ever. It was a Doctor episode, and a bit of mystery here and there, something in there for the story arc, and all in all, it was a good starter for Capaldi's last full series as the Doctor. Kirby, what did you think?
Oh, I absolutely loved it. It's strange because when we reviewed it last time, I said I'd watched it like 3.5 times or something. I haven't watched it since. It pretty much forgot about it.
Yeah.
And it was really much better than I expected. I enjoyed it. I know that I'm going to enjoy the next one. And unfortunately, I have to put up with the fact that the stupid Monk trilogy is coming along.
Okay, well, you've said that on several stories going back
Yes,
through
I
this
have.
review, and then it turns out it can be completely different.
And by the way, I just checked the script for The Chase, and Count Dracula is in there, so I don't know what you're talking about.
He is, yes, but he's not in this version.
No,
of.
correct.
That's what I was
I'm
talking
surprised
about.
because Moffat tries to stick in things like that. Maybe there's a picture of Count Dracula.
He stuck the Mary Celeste in there.
Yes.
Oh yeah. So thank you.
But
Kirby.
there are no Daleks on the Mary Celeste.
No, but yes, there are on the Mary Celeste in the Chase, the original Chase. There were Daleks on the Mary Celeste, actually on the ship itself. That's why they all jumped off the ship.
That's right.
They rolled off.
Oh, for goodness sake! Daleks can fly. Anyway, are you done?
Yes.
Mary, what did you think?
This is like a good old-fashioned Doctor Who episode. Where the Doctor is the Doctor. You know, the companion gets to run around after him, try to figure him out. And, you know, we fans, we always kind of, I don't know, we never get tired of the episodes that introduce us to the TARDIS again and again, you know, so every time the new companion discovers the TARDIS again, we all kind of go through that little squee moment of, oh yeah, you know, yeah, we love the TARDIS and we're always happy, you know, to have it shown to us again. For me, the only real criticisms I have is, you know, that attempt to modernize the Doctor by having him be, you know, this electric guitar player and that. For me, it kind of falls flat at this point because I don't need the Doctor to be, you know, a modern cool guy. I just want him to be the Doctor. And you guys did explain Nardole to me because through the episode, I'm just like, what is Nardole? You know, what is his place? And
ultimately, it's an excuse to have Matt Lucas in Doctor Who. I think that's the ultimate. But
other than, you know, the trying to make the Doctor look super cool, I really enjoyed all of this and the introduction to Bill Potts, who, you know, because history is with us and we know that these are going to be good episodes with her. So I'm happy.
Thank you, Mary. Right, stuff coming through on the... Oh, no.
Master.
Nearly
Master,
had stuff coming through on the live feed.
Master?
Yes.
May I have a couple
you're
other
going to
things?
say something anyway.
Yeah, and responding to Mary, the whole business of the bigger on the inside, I loved how they stretched that out.
It never gets old, you know?
and Nardole goes, well, hey, we got there.
Yeah. Which implies they've had that quite a lot while the Doctor was, you know, with Riversong for all those years.
And the other thing with that, the whole guitar playing and everything, that I know what you mean, Mary. The thing is that's pretty much Capaldi. He was a guitarist. He was in that punk rock band, and he's just showing off himself. He's putting his own personality there. It does seem to me. I agree with you. It clashes with the way the Doctor to me should be, but that's just him.
What punk rock band?
You know, that's okay. It doesn't take away from the whole story. It just was for me, you know, kind of a, do we have to do this moment, you know?
What do you mean punk rock band?
You said he was in a punk rock band. What punk rock band was he in then?
I'll have it for you in a few minutes.
Yeah, that'd be quite interesting. So, we're up to that bit then, are we? We sort of managed to get through it. Woo!
We got
so, on the live feed, we've got...
It's called The Dream Boys.
Thank you, I didn't know that. Right. Attempt number 3.
And Craig Ferguson was also a member of it.
Okay. Attempt number 4. On the live feed, right, got Lillian Robbins says, hello 600. Neil James says, hello sensational people. And then, hi Lillian. Don't flirt on this episode, Neil, for goodness sake. Lillian Robin, hi Neil. And then, what episode are you doing today? I'm so behind. Oh, it was the pilot, Neil. And Terry Miles, hello everybody. Lillian Robin, episode 1, it's the pilot. And then, running through Paris, yay. I'm up to date with those comments now. So I suppose, got quite a lot to do this week. We should go on to Kirby's sort of request for feedback.
It's one of the most successful requests for feedback we've had for a long time.
People must like the pilot then. I haven't got that much on it. Oh, it says 30 comments.
Yes, I
Blimey.
need to sort them. So,
Do you want to read all these out, or do you want to share the love?
If someone wants to take Alan T. Butcher's, that's fine.
Mary, would you like Alan T. Butcher's, or would you like me to message it to you? Can you see it?
I got his Kirby's little message there about foisting it onto me.
Foisting. What is foisting? Is that an actual word then?
Yes, that's an actual word.
Okay.
It means to
Sounds really rude.
To force something on somebody.
Oh, okay.
Unwillingly force something on somebody.
Yeah.
Oh dear, I wish I hadn't been told now. So, do you have that particular bit of text, or would you like?
Oh, we're going to start with that?
Yeah. Well, shall we work from top to bottom? I can do Reese.
Oh, okay. These
and then we'll move it down. We do it. Shall we do it? Do it on a chain. We'll do it on a chain. Mary, me, you. Mary, me, you, and see how we get on with that.
Well,
I mean, I'm okay with doing Alan. I mean, everybody. When I say Kirby does all the other feedback.
Mary, you've got to do Debbie's by the group chat as well. With Mary, with Debbie's accent as well. Mary, that would be quite an interesting one to try.
I'm just hoping that we're seeing these in the correct order, because the first one I have when I click on all comments is Tim.
Oh, first one I have is Alan T. Butcher.
Yeah, I have Alan.
Ooh.
Oh, you're looking at them newest to oldest.
I've got most relevant. Click on most relevant.
Well, then you're going to miss some.
Oh, for goodness sake. Okay, what do you want it on? Newest?
No.
What?
All comments.
All comments. Okay, it's on all comments now, just for your thing. And Tim Jury is indeed the one at the top.
Right.
So how are we doing? You better start with Tim Jury then. And when we get down to... Oh, let's just do it in a change. You start with Tim Jury then, Kirby. Then we'll... I can do Billy Kirkbright, because I can do the accent.
Okay.
Jim, I don't see Tim's at all.
Do you not? Not under all comments?
On all comments?
This is slick, isn't it? We've never been this slick before.
Well, I mean, I don't mind reading them all.
If you've got a thing at the top there that says most relevant, Mary, just click on it and it gives you.
And I still don't see Tim's.
Mm.
Okay, then.
Should we go back to the original?
I will.
Newest. Should we go reading... to? Oh, go on. Let's. Come on then, McGurby. We'll just see what we can do with this. I don't know.
Okay, Tim Drury, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I can tell you my least favorite. I remember an episode in which Adam abandoned Kirby and he had to present the show on his own. Felt rather unfair.
I abandoned Kirby? I don't remember that.
Oh, yeah, and I responded. I think that happened a couple of times.
What do you mean I abandoned you?
I only remember it once.
Tell me more.
Whoever she is, says we'd get abandoned when Adam had to go ferry Alpha Debbie to her job.
Oh, yeah, that was plenty of abandonments.
That's right, yeah.
But I don't remember abandoning Kirby.
Well, no, you'd abandon all of us.
Did I?
Yeah.
Did I get in a mood or something?
You just say, okay, you guys start talking, and you'll either try to connect through your phone or you'll be back in 10 minutes.
So did I just walk out off the episode, or did I kick you lot off?
Yes. Yeah.
That doesn't answer the question.
Yeah, you would continue the recording.
This is my least favourite episode. It does imply there's only one in which I abandoned Kirby.
Well, I know that since I've been listening to the back episodes for the last 2 or 3 years, I know it happened at least twice.
So you had to present the show on your own, Kirby?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay.
But,
we're a team. We can do that, can't we?
Reese helped. Debbie helped. It happened.
Was it me being in a bad mood, or did it happen because I had to go and do something?
We didn't have any problem.
I remember walking off in a huff once. That was quite good fun.
Are you sure it wasn't a minute and a huff?
You've been banned from doing that pun. You're banned for quite a long time ago. Anyway, I'm trying to find a specific. Yeah, you carry on. I've got, because I've mentioned somebody. I've got to play. I'm contractually obliged to play a particular tune.
Yes,
and I'm trying to find it. Oh, hang on. Why is it not here?
Yes.
Has someone deleted it? Oh, because I'm not in the priority jingles folder. Oh my God! Right, hang on. Let's get it in alphabetical order. I should be able to find it now. Here it is.
There you go.
Right, back on form. Go on then, Kirby. Oh, is it me to do the next one? I'm doing.
No, I'll do it.
I want to do Billy because I can do the accent.
Okay.
Right. The pilot. Okay. I've actually got a message from Billy, which will remind me to play later. It's not necessarily to do with the 600th episode, although it might be. Mary, can you see Kirsty's comment, or shall we switch that over to Kirby?
I don't see where are you? I don't see Kirsty's comment either.
I feel really sorry for you. Keep yours on.
Okay, well,
yeah.
Kirsty says, I like the episode where Kirby was pedantic.
That's just being silly.
Which one was that?
And then I posted a shot from some episode or another. Where
this is an audio headings. Presentation, Kirby.
And then I responded to Kirsty, let it be noted that there wasn't just a singular the episode where I was pedantic, if I may be pedantic. Let's see. I have to expand these. Kirsty responds with a gif of T'Pau from Amok Time going, you may proceed. I responded, it's the may proceed. Kirsty responds with a gif saying that's correct.
Going to go on, isn't it?
I respond, of course it is. I listened to my reel-to-reel copy recorded off the TV in the late 70s dozens of times to the point where all of original track is embedded in my brain, along with a picture of the reel-to-reel tape, which is under my bed. And I also say, too bad I don't have any way to play those again nowadays. And Lillian Robin responds with, all right, you two, Kroika!
Kirby's trying his hardest to bore us. Time to make a cup of tea. You know he's going to ignore us. Maybe you will go for a wee.
Right. Shall I do Brandon Moore's one?
Do you know what that is a reference to? I know.
Yes, I do. Let's move on. How long?
Okay, now the next person is Brandon Moore. Are you reading that one?
I'll have to do both because it says Brandon Moore on both of these. I like the one where Amy fell down to the ground, and then I like the one where Kirby cheated at the quiz. Just the one again. Oh, I was going to do Reese's, wasn't I? I'll do Reese's, yeah? Good day, mate. I remember... No, I better not do it like that. I remember, and I'm very grateful for the kind words of encouragement Adam Pearson would regularly put in the show when I was doing my own podcast. I'm also grateful that he then let me be part of the show rather casually at first, then regularly. I know I fell off the show at some point when life became very busy with the birth of my son and work schedules that haven't been compatible with continuing to appear on the show. I commend Adam especially, but also the rest of the podcast family for committing to the show for so long. I've started and ended many podcasts throughout my time. Adam has remained consistent for 600 episodes. It's remarkable. And slightly mad. I invented that one. And congratulations, yes.
He said 600 episodes.
Oh, yeah, thank you, Mary.
Yes.
I should have got you to read that one.
You got to emphasize.
600 episodes, mate.
And Master, yeah. If I can make a comment here, it's all Reese's fault that I'm sitting here in front of my computer talking on this podcast, you know.
He was 15 at the time, though, Kirby, so you can't blame him too much.
Yeah. He mentioned your podcast on Staggering Stories. So, and I was listening, and I decided to check it out.
Splendid. And the rest is history. Right, Tim Drury says, I'm not quite sure why, but I'm the only one of us with their own jingle. Kirby Bartlett Sloan then says, this is where you can say it yourself now, Kirby, it's you.
I also have a jingle. I hadn't played it in this last podcast, and he also just played it.
Yes. Brandon Moore says, I like the one where Andy fell asleep, legendary. And then he says, I like the one where Alicia was a moody teenager. Well, she's a moody 27-year-old now. With a moody son. Actually, no, he's quite good. And then Kirby says...
Pizza!
Brandon then says,
Yeah.
I like the one with the clock. Oh, yeah, the old clock. I forgot about that clock.
I miss
And Kirby
the clock.
says...
Oh, yeah.
I miss the clock.
Brandon then
Another
says, I
clock.
like the one with Reese Parton's Book of Excuses. That's every time Reese doesn't appear on the show, there's an excuse for it. Oh, Andy Nunney, he's got his dressing gown on and says... Oh,
Where's the counselor, Alan T. Butcher?
he's on his way. Brandon Moore says, I like the one where Adam revealed he was Henry VIII's 47th cousin, 8th times removed. A bit closer than that now, actually, funny enough, Brandon. So I can't know, maybe it's still cousins. I'm more related to Charles I, really. Anyway, Kirby Bartlett Sloan says...
Pushing this to the top. Any more comments before we record today?
This is where Mary comes in with
No,
Alan T.
wait,
Butcher.
Wait.
Oh, no,
Before Mary reads it, I have to say, we are pleased to have with us the Deputy Mayor of Littlehampton, Councillor Alan T. Butcher.
Ooh, yeah. All right, so Alan says, hi all, it's great to see you reach your sexcentennial episode.
Yeah.
It's not surprising, as the podcast is such a focused, professional, expertly scripted ensemble, delivered within a rigidly adhered to regime. I followed from the start, so I will always pine for the days when it was all about the beautifully sculpted arguments between father and daughter. But the organic development of the dramatis personae has never failed to produce an engaging performance with all the verisimilitude, as if it was a real-life interaction. I was gratified on one of my visits to Cowes, the metropolis that provides the hub, which is the venue for the podcast, to turn a corner and discover the shop, Kirby of Cowes, which revealed to me that Kirby is not really from Georgia at all, and is in fact the Honorable Aubrey Waits of John Smith and the Common Men fame, now living in Cowes. I will always be grateful. I will always be grateful to Debbie and her spirited narration of my words, and to a lesser extent that other bloke who often delivered them in the oasis that was my contributions to the show. But then everyone featured in whatever way they can be pleased to have made something better. Of course, the biggest thanks of all are due to Adam, the linchpin of the well-oiled machine that is the 20 Megabyte Doctor Who podcast, but also, therefore, the heart and soul of something really good. Sorry my thoughts have been missing for 18 months plus now. It's for good and bad reasons. It's pretty hectic being two counselors and contending with that at the same time as illness in the family has been consuming. I shall come back. Yes, I shall come back. Until then, just go forward and all of your beliefs and prove to me that I'm not mistaken in mine. Those are my thoughts. Councillors Alan T. Butcher, Deputy Mayor of Littlehampton.
Wow, very eloquently delivered, Mary. I've now got to find a particular piece of feedback.
I brought up the Deputy Mayor of Littlehampton webpage and responded, love the tie, because his tie in his official picture is a Fourth Doctor scarf pattern.
What does he mean, two counselors? How is he two counselors?
I don't know.
I think he's got the job of deputy mayor, and he's also, which is a job in itself, and he's also a councillor in the normal capacity. Our MP, Richard Quickley, a very good friend of mine, who's a big contributor to the funding of FantasyCon. He is our local parliamentary MP, a bit like you have senators in the US. He's the North Isle of Wight's MP, and he's also a councillor on the Isle of Wight Council. So he was elected to be the councillor on the Isle of Wight Council. He got that job before he was elected as an MP for Northern Isle of Wight. Does that make sense? So he's got two jobs. Obviously the parliamentary MP it's a bit more important, because obviously it's for the nation. But he would also have to attend council meetings as he's an elected councillor. I managed to spin that one out because we've got this. Oh, what? I was just about to play it because it's the next on the list, Kirby.
Because...
Hang on.
Hello, 20 Megabyte Podcast. This is Ian Kirk.
Well, hello, Ian.
The Pilot by Stephen Moffat. The new companion, Bill Potts, is interesting. Nardole is back. The Doctor is teaching now, possibly as a tribute to his previous companion, Clara.
Yes.
He's teaching in Bristol, which is not far from Wales.
True.
There is the start of a story arc with the introduction of the mysterious vault.
Mm-hmm.
By using the title The Pilot, they might be trying to persuade new viewers that this is a new beginning. Bill nearly becomes the pilot of an alien spaceship, but becomes the Doctor's companion instead. I saw Beetlejuice recently. It had Bern Gorman as the Reverend Damien. He had a Doctor Who connection. He played Owen Harper in the Torchwood spin-off. Yesterday I saw Gladiator 2. That had minor characters played by Matt Lucas, who previously played Nardole, and Derek Jacobi, who once was the Master. This is the 600th episode of the 20 Megabyte Podcast. I have contributed to over 500 of them.
Well done.
Since the days when Adam used to get annoyed with his assistant for a comic effect.
We mean Kirby.
I'm not as young as I used to be in those days, but I hope to be here for the end. Nothing lasts forever, not even the face of Bo. Bye for now.
Well, thank you, Ian. That was Ian Kirk, everybody.
Master.
Captain, we've missed you.
Oh, my leg's going to cramp up in a minute. I can feel it going.
Master?
Yes.
When I saw Beetlejuice with my youngest daughter, and I came back home and was doing the whole Wikipedia and IMDb thing, I saw that was Bern Gorman. And I commented to my daughter about that. She said, "Of course it was. Didn't you know that?"
Good for her.
Okay, there's one more comment that I see. Do you want me to read it?
Is that from Neil?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, Neil James says, "Congrats on reaching this fantastic number of shows, everyone. The pilot, I think it's brilliant. The Doctor at the university works perfectly. I wish they'd been more episodes of him in his study. This is a great episode, and Bull is wonderful. Bull, 4 stars out of 5. I think that's everything.
Okay.
Oh, no, someone needs to read Debbie's...
well, Mary can read Debbie's in a minute. I'm just going to go down the live feed blurb at the moment. Just Lillian's just chuckling at probably the running through Paris bit. Or maybe it's just me, I don't know. Go on then, Mary. You can you have the honour of dispatching Debbie's couldn't be bothered to be on the 600th episode blurb.
Hey, that's not fair.
I'm joking.
She's injured.
I'm joking. I had to say it. She would expect me to say it. Just saying.
All right. This is from Debbie. Someone read, please. Happy 600th, everyone. I am so sorry to be missing this auspicious occasion, but had a whoops today and am still a tad out of it. Being on the 20 Megabyte Doctor Who podcast, which you can join, 10 years has brought me so much joy, friendship, and opportunities to share my love of all things Who. To think it all started with a ringtone, eh, Adam?
Yeah.
To have met with friends around the globe most weeks has... Whoops, uh-oh.
What? What, have you lost it?
What?
My finger hit something and it went away. Okay. I look... around the globe has been something I look forward to for, 10 years. And I hope we will keep on bickering, sighing, and laughing with each other for many more. Happy birthday, and you don't look bad for 600. Smart pants, Debbie.
Oh, smarty pants, Debbie. Love it. Yes, Mary, I've just sent you something else a bit to excite you.
Goodness, the hits just keep on.
I know.
Yeah, okay, watch out. I gotta roll to the beginning of it. Okay, here we
I don't know
go.
what that noise was.
I'm assuming this is from the Mileses since I
It is.
Okay. First off, happy 600th episode. Well done, Adam. Only 400 more and you can retire.
No, thank you.
How come Nardole squeaks? Is it because he's been a cyborg for over 50 years? Well, now then, the Doctor and Nardole have been hiding in rooms at a university and have been there for quite a few decades. I think that's been done before. See Professor Kronos in the story Scream of the Shalka. Love that the Doctor has pictures of the wife and his granddaughter with the pot of sonic screwdrivers on the desk. Ha! The Doctor is playing his guitar again. Bill fatted that girl. Why is the Doctor hiding on Earth, and what has he hidden behind the square door? Sorry, Americans may not get that one. In a BBC children's program called Play School, they had a round window, an arched window, and a square window, and the little people had to work out what was behind the window.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Love the duffel coat. Shouldn't Nardole have a hat with a marmalade sandwich under it? All the other students are getting in debt with student loans, but Bill is getting an education for free.
Yeah.
Why on earth would you look down a plug hole? Well done, Heather. Very waters of Mars. She's very moist.
Ooh.
Ugh. They're in Sydney. Watch out for Tegan.
Yeah.
That Bill is a liability.
Well,
First she looks down
liability,
a
yeah.
plug hole, then sticks her face into a puddle on a planet, just after the Doctor had said everything would want to eat them. So, off goes Heather, piloting a spaceship. Do you think we'll ever see her again?
Nah.
Some very good quotes. Bill, look at this place. It's like a, Doctor, spaceship? Bill, kitchen. Doctor, a what? Bill, a really posh kitchen. All metal. What happened to the doors, though? Did you run out of money?
Yeah, that was good.
Bill, why'd you run like that? Doctor, like what? Bill, like a penguin with its arse on fire. Yeah. Doctor, nothing gets through these doors. Bill, but they're made of wood. Bill, it's not just a room, it's a lift. Nardole, you can be very silly sometimes. Doctor to Nardole, never underestimate a crush. Next up, Smile. Linda and Terry Miles.
Aw.
Master.
Yes.
Wrong reference for Dr. Chronotis.
Was it?
That was Shada!
Okay. Thank you for that, Kirby.
And yes, I got a very,
Dr. Cronus was in Sharda, wasn't he?
Yes.
yeah. I got a very Shada feel of that whole thing. The Doctor being there for possibly hundreds of years and not being questioned. I love that. And again, that's Moffat doing his Moffating.
Yes. As promised, I have some audio, and I hope it plays, from a certain Yorkshireman.
First of all, I want to just say something, okay, and that's this. Congrats on 600 episodes of the 20 megabyte Doctor Who podcast. What an achievement. Absolutely. Honestly, that's fabulous. You've done well. And thank you, Adam. Thank you to all the co-hosts of this wonderful, slick and professional production. Honestly,
Sarcasm going
it's
on
been
here.
fab. Wow. I've got many happy memories. And my first experience with engaging with this podcast was way back in 2014. And it was episode 2007.
2000?
When you reviewed Genesis of the Daleks. And I'm like, wow, this is fabulous. I love this. And I got online chatting with somebody afterwards about how wonderful and slick this podcast was. And we were chatting at length. And I said to this person, oh, that was a great podcast, pal. That were absolutely ace. And this person says, yes, I was in it. I'm like, were you? I didn't put two and two together. It happened to be Robert Haynes.
Oh.
Yeah. I met him back in 2020 in Rockingham, Western Australia. Robert. Yeah, I did. And that were a grand liaison. It was. Look, I've got many more. And the thing is, I've listened to many podcasts over the decades. I say decades, probably almost 2 decades of podcasts. And I've always regarded that the 20 Megabyte Doctor Who podcast is my podcast. I really do. And I could talk about many memories. I could. And one was visiting the Isle of Wight back in 2019 with Y, 4K. And we had a lovely evening with Debbie, Melrose, Paul Wilson, and Adam, of course. And that were absolutely fabulous. They met it in is it Sandowns?
Yes.
Sandsdown or
Sandown.
Or some obscure little town in the UK. And we had a lovely evening, we did, and that was fabulous. And that same month, I attended Fan TC Con, and I got to meet Mr. and Mrs. Melrose. I got to meet Debbie. I did. Debbie Pearson, and of course Adam, but he was so busy. I'm like, how can I pin this man down for a chat? He's so busy. Anyhow, that said, it was a lovely time. I also got to meet one Ben Shoveler. He's a funny man.
He is.
And I think, look, from my experience of Ben, is a genuine guy who is so down to earth. He really is. And anyhow, look, many happy memories. I could talk about Annie Nunney, who fell asleep at the microphone one night, who he and I have shared. Well, not just he and I, but he and I, his wife and my wife, have engaged in social liaison over a curry. And a couple of wines, okay. Grand memories, absolutely. But the thing about Doctor Who and the community is that you've got wonderful opportunity to make great friendships. And to me, that's been the highlight of my Doctor Who experience. It really has. It's been absolutely lovely. It has. So yeah, look, I'm extremely fond of the podcast, extremely fond of the community, and thank you, Adam. Okay, you've expanded my social network, Adam. You have. Anyhow, enough of that. As far as the pilot, look, I enjoyed the Capaldi era. I really did. And the pilot is probably one of my favourite episodes of that time. I think mainly because it's a story of infatuation, love and disappointment. As morbid as that might sound. But a great story. And thank you everybody that's been involved with the 20 Megabyte Doctor Who podcast. You're absolutely loved, and thank you ever so much. Take care.
That's a little.
How can someone who's lived in Australia for as long as he have not dropped a single iota of his accent?
Oh, I don't know, but he wouldn't be Billy with an Australian accent, would he? But yeah, so it's always when Billy said something, it's always rather special. Anyway, sorry, Kirby.
That was lovely.
Well done. That's your best effort so far. Obviously, this sort of episode would not be complete without this.
Well, good evening to anybody. Andy Nelly here. I've just been into London for a meeting, and I thought I'd just got talk a bit about the pilot, which I saw ages ago. Well, the pilot was actually the first episode of An Earthly Child, and it was made and reshot, and the original one was actually broadcast once in 1992. Oh, not that pilot. Oh, right, hang on a minute. Right, yeah, the pilot, the first episode of the 10th series of New Who. Yeah, this is an interesting one. It starts off with decades having passed, it seems, between the Doctor's last adventure, and here Nardole suddenly to reappear with no readily apparent reason, and they're living as a university professor and his help, his manservant, so he's also like Jeeves and Worcester, in a college which... I think he's down in Bristol, but and Bill Potts turns up as one of his students after the Doctor encourages her to join because she's wasted really as a girl serving chips. Now she's got this eye on this young lady who seems to have a star in her eye, and you get the adventures of Bill pursuing this young lady and not exactly being discouraged from doing so, I think is probably the fair way to say. But then she tries chasing after her, and Heather, the young lady's name in question, has to look at a puddle. And it's interesting, if you look at the puddle, there's something wrong. This is actually quite interesting because it's actually quite a fact that your face is not actually symmetrical. It actually is lopsided, for want of a better word. And not many people know this, but there you go. And that's how the Doctor worked out that something was wrong. And then, of course, we get the fluid Heather, who is coming to try and drag Bill Potts away, and the Doctor goes charging after him. We get mixed up in the Mavellan War from Destiny to Daleks, I believe it was. But then the Doctor works out who Heather actually is. She's the pilot. They have water, this living fluid, I think you'd almost call it. He's trying to escape, and he actually managed to persuade the water to let him go, and off they go to resume their life again. Now, it's quite an interesting episode because of the way they've got... You don't actually understand what this Heather person actually is. You realise there's something wrong with her, this star in her eye, the fact she's not quite all there. And then she's this water person, which we've never encountered before. So I think that's what makes it quite good. And it's the relationship between her and Bill. It's fairly apparent that Bill is a lesbian, and quite fancies Heather. And it seems that he's quite well reciprocated, though whether it was reciprocated simply because the water via Heather actually wanted to take Bill away and make use of her, or whether it actually was some sort of mutual attraction. And spoilers, of course, we get Heather coming back later in the way.
Shush.
Nardole, you never quite get explained where Nardole had come from, how he got back there. And he goes on a bit later about the oath and what is the Doctor doing there. We don't actually find that out until quite later on in the series. So from that point of view, though, I quite enjoyed it. It was an interesting one, a slight oddball episode, not your normal run-of-the-mill ones. I think someone who was new to Who would actually find it quite confusing. But other than that, yeah, I quite enjoyed it. And I also enjoyed the original version that I saw in 1992. Anyway, till next time, be seeing you.
Well, why, thank you very much, Andy. I will say that jingly-jangly was not from Mary's end. It was my ring doorbell detecting somebody walking past. I've just turned my phone onto silent for that.
Okay. I was wondering.
You were wondering. Sorry about that.
Hey, and Andy didn't fall asleep. Amazing.
Well, he doesn't fall asleep during his own feedback. I mean, only during link-up podcasts with American conventions.
Right.
And stuff.
That was still so
It's legendary, but just what they would call a 20 megabyteism. Well, that just says it all, doesn't it, really? The presenter falling asleep.
I just wonder, are people making fun of us the way they keep talking about what a well-oiled machine and how tightly
I did mention the gross... potentially going to see my solicitor about the overload on the sarcasm front that we're getting at the moment.
I'm beginning to wonder, is there something wrong with
We're doing something. We've been going on for 600 episodes. We're doing something right.
Yes, well, the idea for 600 episodes, Kirby, is actually have somebody listening to the show. We just do it because we like to get together and have a bit of a chinwag from time to time. And we sort of... I'm
assuming, since you can see the numbers, that we do have people listening.
Yeah, about 6 of them, if I can.
No, I don't mean live. How many people actually download and...
Oh, not that many. Not well. The trouble is, I don't think it's difficult to spot. I mean, if we had that many, I can't believe that only like 5 or 6 people would do regular contributions to feedback and stuff like that, which I do appreciate, etc. I don't pay any much attention to. I'll have a look.
You ought to look out at
it's nothing
Podbean
to.
sometimes.
It's not like it used to be, but the Podbean website, which is where the podcast lives, it doesn't give majorly accurate figures. I can tell you what it says. I've just published episode 599, and we've had 9 downloads for that. But it's between 50 downloads per episode. But the further back you go, the higher the number goes, because people are probably listening to back episodes. If I go back to episode 580, it's 82. But it used to have the statistics regarding the feeds and stuff like that. So, I mean, all time, it's probably the one I like looking at because it's the biggest number, is 319,000 downloads. That's of all our episodes. Bear in mind we've done 600 of them. So, yeah, I don't do them anymore for listenership. I'm quite aware that because there's so many podcasts out there, that ours is not going to get, the gravity of Doctor Who fans landing on it. I mean, I don't publicise or anything. We get together. We've got a sort of very small fan base, and to a certain extent, I appreciate that, and that I obviously always wanted that sort of would have been nice to have the same sort of listenership that the Who cast got, which is why I started the program.
Well, as far as I know, a lot of Doctor Who podcasts listenership is down because it's not as popular as
it's not just that. It's just there's so many podcasts. Out there. There's so many of them.
And I barely listen to podcasts nowadays. I
listen to a sports podcast.
I remember the days when you used to read off like the top 10 or top.
Yeah, that used to be fun, but I haven't got time to do that. If I'm just too busy just to do stuff like that, to be fair. I mean, it's simplifying the format of the show, which we've got a basic format, which I think it's right. Yes, I'd like to do quizzes. I'd like to do other things that we used to do within the show. I'm glad that we've made the talk about the review episode a bit shorter, because that was really getting my head.
I was against that at first, but I like it.
It just means we can have a chat about other stuff, which I think is more akin to a podcast.
It was a good move.
But I don't like looking at figures. To be fair, they do go up. We have got going back through time figures to be proud of, and we've got other things we can say that we should be proud of. 600 episodes is quite a major milestone. How many years is it? 14 years the show's been going. My kids have grown up, one from a toddler to an adult in the time that we've done the podcast. My wife has actually suffered the fact that this show goes out, and we've got a quite rather successful convention out of it as well. There's lots of things to be proud of in regards to this show, and yes, it's difficult for me to think, I've got to do another one, we've got to get through with these episodes, but I set my stall out when we decided to do the journey, and I'm thinking, what's the point in doing this journey and getting off the bus before you reach the promised land, so it is difficult, and I think the output is probably going to slow down a bit. We'll probably still be doing this when I'm 70, trying to catch up with Doctor Who. But I do appreciate everybody's input.
I just love the you guys are such great friends. Made so many friends from this. Got on other podcasts and I can always toot the horn for the 20 megabyte. It's so much fun and just great.
And I can attest to the fact that I have made at least 2 lifelong, very enduring friendships thanks to this podcast.
Was that Kirby and Andy? Or was it Debbie?
One friend I meet up every year at Chicago TARDIS, and because he lives in another state, and that's our one chance to, but we communicate all year, and I've got another one that we communicate daily, and these are people that I met through the 20 megabyte, and I love them, and I'm really happy, with this podcast for making that happen.
Yeah, splendid, Mary. I made a couple of friends for it, but what was I going to say now?
And one day I do want to visit the Isle of Wight. We'll see.
Will you? I know you've been trying to get me to try and find some funds for that. No chance. Yeah, I mean, we'll probably come back to things relating to the podcast in a bit when things come to mind. But I'm just going to move on because I went to London Film and Comic Con. Excuse me.
You did?
Yesterday with Deb.
Oh, your pictures are wonderful. Oh, the people that you've met, I'm so jealous.
Well, I mean, the thing's right.
And there you go, sneaking in video, unauthorized video again.
I know, but it was worth doing because that video not only had the bit where I said, nice to meet you and stuff. There was also a question that's cut out because I'm going to play it on in a moment when I asked Ncuti, are you doing a third series? It's because there's loads of rumours, and you can't hear me ask the question clearly for some reason, but Ncuti got quite a sort of bellowing actor's voice, so you could hear what he said quite clearly. So I'm going to play that.
And what
audio
did he say?
Well, if you wait, I'll play the audio.
Oh, and Master, I think you only posted that on your page. Posted on the 20 megabyte page.
Sorry, what do you mean?
The little video of your meeting. I didn't see it on 20 megabyte.
I've got to unlock my phone apparently to do this. I've got to unlock my phone.
Oh no!
No, to play this audio. So, God. Right, so I just because it's a video on my phone. It's also a video. The audio is from a video, so obviously that's what now I've got to try and get this to work.
Which is a video of an audio of an audio of a video.
Right, I've got to find it. Bear with. I had it open because I had to unlock my phone to get it. There's a reason why people don't think this show is slick. Is what they don't realise. We're honest, and I am honest, and I put the show out as we recorded it. I sometimes, very rarely, will edit something out if it's a swear word or I think it's inappropriate or somebody asks me, well, don't put that out, But most of the time, it goes out as we recorded it. And I feel that's an honest way of doing. May not be professional in some people's eyes, but an honest way of doing a podcast. Where's the videos on there? Anyway, I was trying to find my Ncuti video. It might be this one because it's upside down. I think that sort of implies. So please listen carefully. We'll play it again if you didn't hear it the first time. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's at the location. Fantastic outfit. Exceptional. There's all sorts of rumours. I'll be there.
So did you get that?
No.
Do you want to listen to it again?
No, I'd like you to
just
tell me what he
tell
said.
us what he said.
Right.
All I understood was fantastic.
Yeah, because I think Kirby laughed over the... Oh, let's do it again, just without... He's just doing this autograph for someone else. And then...
Fantastic outfit. Exceptional.
And I said, I've got to ask you, are you doing a third series? And he said...
There's all sorts of rumours. I'll be there.
I'll be there, is what he said.
Good.
And then I sang, I'll be there. And I said,
Yes.
see you soon. He said, see you soon.
Yeah, I can't find that video anywhere. I don't know where you put it.
The video without the question being answered is on TikTok.
Oh, it's on TikTok. Okay. I know I saw it someplace. But...
So I've also got some other exclusive. Now, this is really, really exclusive. It hasn't been announced yet, and it's going to be announced in this way, but you might enjoy this. Totally exclusive 20 megabyte announcement. You ready?
Hello, Colin Baker here, and I want to tell you that if you want to have a really good time next year, on the 18th of October 2025, I and a lot of other interesting people will be at Fan TC Con in Newport on the Isle of Wight. So come and say hello, and buy an autograph and a photograph, and have fun. That's the important thing.
Not announced yet. Shh, don't tell anyone.
Good for you. Yeah.
Yay. Oh, don't tell anyone? You just told everyone.
Yeah, nobody listens to this show, so we're quite safe for that one. But yeah, you'll know when actually that goes out proper. But that's just a couple of... Oh yeah, so I'll talk about the Comic Con initially. Right, so me and Deb drove up to Sunbury, which is on the outskirts of London, parked the car after a night in the premiere. I then Ubered into Olympia because I just can't cope with that drive from Olympia, from the hotel to Olympia. So we Ubered in, and we got there around about 9 o'clock when it opened. It was a bit of a kerfuffle getting in, because I had to get anybody who wanted to guarantee a picture or an autograph with Ncuti had to have a diamond pass. Now, normally, if you just want a photograph with a celebrity, you buy a photograph ticket, which is what I would normally do. But I just thought, because it's Ncuti, and I thought I'm probably not going to get a chance to meet him again, I invested in the diamond pass. So then we had to go and find the way to get the diamond passes. So we had the entry ticket, but we couldn't go in with the entry ticket yet because we had to get the diamond pass. So we had to go down this thing. And guess who I bumped into while we were trying to find the diamond passes? Deb spotted him first. It was Toby Haydock. He was stood right next to us in the queue. And I did publish a picture of that, and he was off to get some other entry ticket, and we eventually got, after a very long bit of queuing and a bit of confusion, the diamond passes. But we didn't actually get in till 9:40. Like I say, show opens at 9. We knew that Ncuti was only staying till 2 that day because he had to change his schedule to something he's performing in. But that had a sort of long-going effect on the event that day. So, furthermore, we go up with my diamond pass to the place where he's doing his signings. So, I was saying, oh great, this will be quite easy. So, I had diamond pass with a pink background, and there were other diamond passes with blue backgrounds. So the blue backgrounds would go in first, and they had a batch 1 to 6. So once a batch 6 was out of the way, it was batch 1 to 6 or 9 of the pink ones. I thought, oh my God, how many blooming diamond passes do they sell? Because the queue was massive. And of course, it was starting to run out of time. We were in that queue for about an hour and a half. It was starting to run out of time between then and his photo shoot. So, but he was really quick with the signings. Deb wasn't allowed to go in, so Deb didn't see him at all. I got Deb a picture ticket. So we'll come back to that in a minute. So he did his, eventually got the signing done. It was really nice, and the recording. I thought I better take advantage of that situation. And that's why you don't see it very clearly, because the coat gets in the way. I didn't realise the coat was in the way, but at least I got some footage of him. So the next it was the photo shoot. Now the photo shoot was even worse. The organisation was all over the place. It took about an hour to get, and there was a point in which we didn't think that the Diamond Pass people of my level were actually going to get a picture, but did get one just about. So then for Deb's picture, she had batch 6 of a standard, so we had to go back about for his next shoot at 1:10. Bear in mind he leaves at 2. He was late to that shoot because of organisational issues, so he didn't actually start the pictures until 1:30. So only batch 1 of the standard tickets got their picture. So batch 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, including Deb, did not get one. So that was really disappointing, and they were saying, oh, if you can't, you can come back tomorrow. We can't come back tomorrow, we've got work tomorrow, or we can't come back tomorrow, we're travelling from Ireland. It's a very thing. So the bloke says, right, hands up if you can come back tomorrow. Nobody put their hands up. So all these people, had travelled there to have a picture with Ncuti. I felt slightly guilty, but at least I got mine. But I can imagine how I would have felt if I hadn't.
Gosh, yes.
This obviously, we were standing there for about 2.5 hours doing absolutely nothing, and eventually by about 2 we went on have a look around we were knackered standing up for that time, had a look around the event, met a few people. Julian was there, and I saw Matthew Rose, one of the agents that I've dealt with the event, had a chat with Colin.
Master, you missed Tim Drury.
I didn't see Tim. I was very disappointed about that.
He was there.
I didn't see Tim. I was very disappointed about that. Yes. But so after that, I had a Millie Gibson shoot, and we had Michael Sheen. So we went. That's the only ticket that Deb got a picture with. Went up to see the Michael Sheen shoot again. All the diamond passes got their photos, and there was no time for the standard ones. But we were told to come back at 5. Now, we wanted to do our event and leave to get back to the island at a fair amount of time, but they put this extra shoot on to catch up with Michael Sheen stuff at 5 o'clock, so we had to wait till 5, get the picture done, which was fine because he's lovely, and we wanted to meet him, and we got the picture and got it done. Millie Gibson's, again, her one was all the diamond passes got theirs, the standard ones like me, had to wait till her second shoot at 4, and obviously went through, and that's the only one I did with the full costume. That costume should have a waistcoat, but unfortunately the waistcoat didn't fit, so I'm going to have to get a waistcoat for it next time. But and somebody asked me a question about Millie and the costume. She didn't actually.
Yes, I asked you if she commented about your wig.
No, she just said the costume was great. I will say that Colin commented about the wig. As I was walking away after he dealt with the video thing, he said, "Get a better wig." That's basically what he said as well. So yeah. So basically, that's disappointing. Bearing in mind we only had 3 people to have shoots with, where I've been to that event before. We've had probably about 6 or 7 people. So much time was wasted, and then you didn't get anything at the end of it. So that. I'm delighted I got to meet Ncuti, but that literally was, as you saw how many seconds it was with the signing bit, it was even quicker with the photo. Although when I did the photo, I came up to the idea was you were going to wear this for the picture, and his eyes lit up. And I said, but unfortunately, there's not enough time, so we did the picture and moved on. I gave him my sonic screwdriver, which I met another chap there who was in the blue sort of Colin Baker thing, who makes sonic screwdrivers, metal ones, and he said he had a conversation with Colin Baker because his doctor didn't have a sonic screwdriver, so they made one for him, and he showed me this sonic screwdriver. I said, that looks just like mine, but mine obviously doesn't make the noise. His one does. So I was very gratified the fact the sonic screwdriver I have, metal one, is the one that is very close to one that Colin Baker would have had as his own if he had been allowed to have one. So we had a picture together on that. But yeah, there was so many, as you would expect at a fairly big event like that. It wasn't as populated as the big London Comic Con in the summer. But did you see the Cyberman cosplay? That was really quite cool. He was behind me in the queue.
Oh, that was fantastic.
Yeah, that was so good. And the little chap who was the TARDIS with legs walking around, he was good fun. But there was loads of others as well. But unfortunately, where we were just stood in a queuing area, it was so disorganised with the masses of people, you couldn't really see anything.
Those on the 20 megabyte. They must be over on your page.
Yeah, on my page. Yeah, I've got to scan in. I'm hoping for a digital version of the pictures I got with Ncuti and
yeah, the Ncuti one is kind of fuzzy.
Yeah, it's only because I took that picture of that. It's through. I've got it in a protector, so it's through the protector. But I just love Ncuti's face in it. He's really sort of. I gave him the screwdriver and I did my little doctor pose, and he did this really cool face. It's better than the one that David Tennant did when he sort of did. He screwed his face up a little bit, and of course Michael Sheen is. He's lovely, and I'm so pleased got to meet Michael Sheen. And I'll tell you what, in real life, and she probably doesn't come across like this on the telly, but Millie Gibson's really quite nice looking. Yeah. So yeah, it was that side of it. It's not all bad. Yeah, I got to see Colin. I got to see Julian Glover. I didn't speak to these people. A few sort of famous faces that I recognise. Roland Browning from Grange Hill, and who, as an actor, I can't remember his actor's name. So there was a few people there. Meeting Toby accidentally, and going up there, and as we were getting our tickets was good fun as well. But yeah, it's just so much time was wasted. We were absolutely knackered just through standing still for so long. Sounds odd, doesn't it? Being stood still long and just that wearing you out. But it wore me out, me and Deb. So we finished the event probably about 5:30. Got an Uber back to the hotel, and the drive back from the hotel to Southampton was fairly slick. got back to Southampton too late for the earlier ferry, got the 9 o'clock, home for 10, bed for me 11:30, up for work tomorrow this morning at 6. So, yeah.
And then you have to do a podcast.
Yeah. Right.
So is there anything else going on, or is it strictly photographs, autographs, and nothing else? I mean,
it's the winter event. It's done by Showmasters. I've been to the summer one in July. That's quite huge. There's an extra hall for that one. This one's a little bit smaller. It's one great big arena with traders. The upper bit was for some charity stalls, I think. Whereas before, the upper bit has been where the main celebrities have been. So everything was a little bit crammed in downstairs with the bigger celebrities. The main stars obviously being Ncuti and Millie and Michael Sheen. So they were the 3 big ones, and they had the sort of the lower sort of stars on the middle of the floor with where all the traders were and everything. So yeah, I mean, I'd say, you know, as far as entertainment goes, FantasyCon is better, because there's more activities for people there, as well as you've got a few celebrities to meet and the Q&As. They did have a couple of Q&A stages, which are, where there's nowhere to sit. If you want to eat something, or you've been stood up for hours, there's really nowhere to sit, and that is the worst part of that event. You know, you have to sit down on the floor and prop your back up against a wall or something like that.
Oh yeah, I've been to things where you had to do that.
It's not good. It's not fun at all.
No.
So we bought a pizza, found somewhere to prop our backs up again. That's when we met Julian and his photographer friend. But what was nice is when I did get a chance to walk about, people would pull me over for a picture. That's really good fun. In the costume and stuff. So yeah,
they recognized you from the podcast.
No, it's because I was wearing the costume and I looked really cool. Yeah, so we had about 3 people did that, and I forgot to get Deb to do the picture as well, because but it's just one of those things you get sort of caught by the fun of it, really. So yeah, not all bad. Could have been a lot better, but they got this queue of throngs of people, and they're trying to shout out messages to the public, and they're getting the public to pass the message down by shouting it. That's not how you do it. We use megaphones.
Strange.
We use megaphones at our events. So we have a megaphone operator has a radio. So if you want a message conveyed to the public, you ask the megaphone person to shout the announcement. Easy. And we're a tiny event compared with this thing.
You get on the tannoy.
What?
You get on the tannoy or tannoy or
we
whatever
don't have
you
it.
call
Oh yeah, they have got a tannoy, but I don't know if it's they have access to it. And when it's where it's to do with specific photo booths, I don't think it would have worked. But I know Ncuti was there for all day today, so I presume it would have probably gone a bit smoother. Because they did, after the cock-up with his photo shoot, they had seemed to have organised things considerably better for the latter part of the afternoon. But yeah, I don't regret going, because I did get a chance to meet Ncuti Gatwa, but I do feel really bad for Deb, who also really wanted to meet him as well. And she didn't even see him because, you know, he was out of view with his signing booth, and he was out of view unless you were, you know, gone in to see him for the photo or for the autograph. So yeah, so that was London Winter Comic Con 2024, where I completed another doctor meeting.
Yay!
Right, has anybody still? Yes, I've got 2 people watching. Lillian Robbins says I listen. And then Lillian Robbins said, swear words edited out like bloody. Bloody's not a bloody swear word. And Terry Miles says, well, that killed that. What did I say?
What? Yeah, what killed what?
Oh, I must have said something bad. Sorry, Terry. I've upset Terry now. Right, I just want to see if anybody else posted any things. And it's nice to get something from Alan T. Books.
I remember you used to fuss at me if I said bloody.
Yeah, because I was taking the mickey.
Yeah, I thought bloody was a swear word.
Bloody isn't it? It's just a description of something, isn't it? It's supposed to be a swear word. It's an acceptable swear word. I used to get told off when I was a child for saying bloody. But now it appears in things like Harry Potter, doesn't it? I think Rupert Grint's character, Ron, says bloody. But it's not in the books, but for some reason it's in the films. Right, I'm going to, for the fun of it, because it's our 600th episode, going to find some of our messages we've had over the years from celebrities. Andrew Carmel was there. I forgot to mention.
We still have some Doctor Who news. Once
I'll do that in a minute.
Around to.
Well, I told you the Doctor Who news. According to Ncuti Gatwa, exclusively here on the 20 Megabyte Doctor Who podcast, he's going to be there for a third series. Aha, exclusive. But this chap was at London Comic Con. I'm just about to play a bit of audio, and I said, "Hello, beep." That's just not a swear word. It's the name of the person, and he said, "Hello, fella," or something like that. And this is
Andrew Cartmel, and you are listening to the 20 Megabyte Doctor Who podcast.
Yes, he was there. This chap wasn't there.
Hi, I'm Andrew Smith, and you're listening to the 20 Megabyte Doctor Who podcast.
Oh, this one. Not there either.
Hi, I'm Caitlin Blackwood, and you're listening to the 20 Megabyte Doctor Who podcast.
The first companion I ever met.
And this is one of my favourite jingles of all time.
Hello there, this is Colin Baker, and you are listening to the 20 Megabyte Doctor Who podcast. And doesn't make... I'll do it again.
Another one of my favourites, this one.
This is Daphne Ashbrook, and you are listening to 20 Megabyte Podcast. Don't miss it.
And she's got another really good one, which is this one.
Come with me.
I can't. I'm going to listen to the 20 Megabyte Podcast.
You come with me.
Me come with you?
Yes.
Me come with you. It's tempting.
I really like that one.
And she was so great the times that she was on with us.
It was.
Didn't we have her 3 times?
Twice. The first time was a bit of a disaster because the internet was terrible. The second time we redid it, and then that was just as good, but probably better. In fact, we'd actually talk to each other properly without any problems. And then we had this one.
My name's Ellis George, and you are listening to the 20 Megabyte Doctor Who podcast.
And this was our first one.
Gee, I wonder who recorded that one for you.
Can't remember. There's this one.
Hi, this is Fraser Hines, and you're listening to the 20 Megabyte Doctor Who podcast.
Yes, that was our first ever.
Yeah.
Yes. Got this one. It's not a celebrity. It was just funny.
You're listening to the 20 Megabyte Doctor Who podcast.
My helium intro. That's quite loud, wasn't it? What else we got? We got this. No, that's an Ian Kirk thing. I better not play that because that's his. I've got all loads of these.
The 20 Megabyte Doctor Who podcast is an APV Services production and is a proud member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance. Doctor Who is the trademark of the BBC. No copyright infringement intended.
She doesn't sound like that anymore.
Does the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance still exist?
I don't know. I just put it on there. If it does, must do. We're the only members now. If it doesn't, This one.
Why are you watching Doctor Who again?
Why are you watching Doctor Who again? Yes. So loads of Izzy ones. Oh, there's this one. She was there and we spoke to her.
Hi, this is Jessica Martin, and you are listening to the 20 Megabyte Doctor Who podcast.
And this is one of my faves.
Hi, everybody. I'm John Barrowman, Captain Jack Harkness. Hello. And you are listening to the 20 Megabyte Doctor Who podcast.
The lengths I go to get podcast bumpers.
Hi, this is Lou Jameson. Louise.
Oh, you spoke over Louise Jameson. Kirby.
Go ahead. Hi, this is Lou Jameson, or Louise Jameson, and you're listening to the 20 Megabytes Doctor Who podcast. Hurrah.
It's funny how she got her name wrong in that particular thing. Oh dear. Right, we've got this one. This is one of Kirby's favourites.
This is Nabil Shabad, and you are listening to the 20 Megabyte Doctor Who podcast.
Oh. I spoke about him. We met him yesterday.
This is Toby Haydock, and you're listening to the 20 Megabyte Doctor Who podcast.
Don't know why the first bit didn't come out, but there you go. Oh, we've got this one.
I'm a McGann, but probably not the one you were expecting. And you're listening to the 20 Megabyte Doctor Who podcast.
That's one I got myself. However, I didn't get this one myself.
This is Peter Davison, and you're listening to the 20 Megabyte Doctor Who podcast.
Yes. Remember when Ben's wife did one?
You're listening to the 20 Megabyte Doctor Who podcast. I'm not.
Oh dear. This one.
Hello, this is Simon Fisher-Bagger, and welcome to the 20 Megabyte podcast.
And?
Hello, my name is Sophie Aldred, and you, yes you, are listening to the 20 Megabyte Doctor Who podcast.
And, to go with that one...
This is Sylvester McCoy, and you're listening to the 20 Megabyte Doctor Who podcast.
Yeah, I thought we'd had more than that. Oh, what's this? Oh, that's the old original. Oh, that's the original one of those. That's about it.
I used to love, as I was sitting down at whatever convention I was bringing in some of the people from and typing the name of the podcast on there, getting them to read it. I got a bunch of those for you.
Have you?
Yeah, no, I provided a bunch of those bumpers for you.
Oh,
By the way,
do you want some credit for that then?
That's okay. I just brought up Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.org.
Yes.
And it still exists, and it's still, he must have it automated because it's got the second listing down from the top is our episode 599.
Sorry, I just accidentally opened something. I'm just going to stop it before it starts playing it. Quit. Oh, that was close. Just as well my Mac's really slow. Lordy. I was just trying to... Yeah, sorry, Kirby. Carry on. Sorry, I've had a panicky moment.
I'm glad to see the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance at least exist in a way.
Yeah, well, we're the only people that publicise it, so we should get ultimate credit. This is just a random clip. I found a random episode. Hopefully it's a relevant part of the clip. Let's turn the volume down on it. Here we go. A random clip, episode 430. There we go. That's the end of part 1 of Spyfall. Right then, so after sitting through it, having Isabella moaning in my right ear roll, saying how rubbish it was, and snoring in my left ear roll from Deb, I was starting to think maybe there was something wrong with me for quite enjoying it. But then I found that there was quite a few other people that quite enjoyed it as well. So Deb said she watched it all the way through the second day and absolutely loved it. Isabella wouldn't watch it another time. She'd made a decision up on it. So Isabella, I think she's just inclined to not like Doctor Who, so we'll leave it at that. There we go. That was episode 430, Kirby.
So now, does Isabella watch it at all anymore?
Yes, she does watch it because she loves Ncuti Gatwa as an actor because of Sex Education. It's a program that Ncuti Gatwa was in once upon a time.
Yes, I'm aware of it. And Alicia pays no attention whatsoever.
Alicia watches Doctor Who, but she doesn't watch it in I want to report about it on a podcast capacity.
Oh, well, that's good because of my three, the two younger ones don't care at all anymore, and the oldest one has not caught up with anything, but she would still likes to watch old Doctor Who, so whatever.
Right, I'm just trying to find some random. I was going to suggest to you guys a random number between 1 and 599 to see if I could. Yeah, we could do that. Might not come up with anything interesting. I'll just do this one here that I've managed to dig out. Do not play the theme tune. Right, I'm going to hit it at 1 hour. Here we go. This is episode 336. Oh, there we go.
No idea.
I think I know.
Go on then, Kirby.
That they're in orbit.
Planetary orbit, but orbit is the key word of that particular thing. Right, now we go back to...
Debbie.
No, it's Mary. You've had a question yet?
No. Mary,
no, Mary's question.
No, okay. Who did the Marshal want to see alone?
I think I know that one.
The administrator? I never knew the answers to any of the questions.
Yeah, you did.
All right, go on then, Kirby. You got the bloody spreadsheet. You should be able to pick out something good.
Yes, I'm picking one at random. 170.
170, bloody hell. Okay, right. It's the folder that says EP 170. Could be a different. I know a couple of the episodes online have actually got issues with the file that supposed to be attached to them. I've actually occasionally get people. Do you realise episode 472 hasn't got a file attached to it? So I fortunately, where I have the library of original recordings, I'm padding at the moment because it's just downloading the file from the cloud.
My first correspondence with you was because of issues with like episode 10 or something was messed up.
Yeah. Probably, it doesn't surprise me at all, to be fair, of you, Kirby. It's just I've got a little cake that's 3/4 of the way filled, and once it's filled, I can actually access the episode. The problem is, when I start playing it, it tries to play the theme tune at the beginning, so I have to stop it before it does the theme tune. This is high-end podcast. Oh, hang on, that's not worked.
Yes.
Podcasting. Oh, it's doing it now, right. Stop! Oh, there we go. Right, any time, though, you've got a time frame of up to 1 hour, 53 minutes and 7 seconds. Where shall I stop it?
Make it 1 hour again.
1 hour again. Okay, right, I'll see what that. Here we go. Oh, that's 59 minutes, bugger. Right, 1 hour. Oh, is it playing? Oh. Current Doctor at the moment, because I haven't announced the new one. Although my favourite, Ben Daniels, looks like he's not going to be playing the Doctor, according to the odds on Who, and it also looks like it's going to be quite a while before we actually find out who it's actually going to be. Yeah. Probably, but I suspect when they start filming, unless they have some.
Well, there are two ways I'd like it to go. I'd either like to know pretty soon or until he regenerates on screen.
Never going to find that because somebody will see the Doctor being filmed on location and will spill the beans. There we go. Well done, Kirby. That's quite an interesting clip. It was probably Capaldi's or Imminence, maybe. I don't know. That was 2013. So
yes,
probably.
I see that.
Eh?
Yes, I have the spreadsheet. I see that.
Okay. Mary, would you like to pick a random number? We won't do the whole episode like this, by the way, but it's good fun.
Let me pick episode 400.
Oh, good Lord.
Can I say like the 30-minute mark or something?
You can. It'd be funny if it's you on the actual part of the clip, wouldn't it? Right, I'm just going to wait for it to do it.
Probably planned it.
It'd be good if it... Hello, I'm Mary, and I'm the best co-host on the podcast of all time. Hang on. Oh, the cake's full. Here we go. So what time, how long did you say? 30 minutes?
30-minute mark.
Oh, right, 30 minutes. Right. There we go. 30 minutes. A certain advert you win, when we played a policeman, Toby.
Oh, gosh, Hawking crisps for money. Yes. It's funny, I must do this more often, actually, because I tweeted from the audition for that, because I was sitting in the audition room waiting, and actually I was due to go in with, they auditioned us in pairs, and somebody I knew came in, so we said, we'll go in together, so they paired us up. And then just as we...
Oh, what happened there?
I don't know.
Toby Haydock.
Was that Toby Haydock?
It was. Have you seen the Corrie episodes he was in, Mary? Do you watch Coronation Street?
Oh, I do watch Coronation Street, yeah.
So you've seen the bit, it was a COVID episode.
Yeah, I've seen the episodes that he was in, yeah.
Because he was saying that they keep on trying to find ideas to get him back into Coronation Street, obviously where his other half is still in and out of Coronation Street. So
yeah, she is.
They're trying to find ways of getting him back in, and he, just when his hopes are built up, they get knocked back again. But Toby's a lovely chap, Toby Haydock. Do you want to have another round, Kirby?
403.
403, that's quite recent. No, it's not. 403. What was Debbie
That's
Melrose?
5 years ago. Come on.
What was Debbie Melrose's first episode via your spreadsheet? Just by way of
here, let me do that. Okay, let's do that.
No. Just wondering. No. We'll do 403.
I'm fine. I'm looking. Hang on.
Okay. Because 403 is actually ready to play. And he says an hour. So while he's doing that, we're going to go for... Stop it! Go for an... Oh, for God, then it stopped completely. Oh, for goodness sake. Right, let's try that again. A couple of drum beats there. That was quite good timing for me. Right, so... Oh, an hour, you said, didn't you? And now it's opening it up in bloody iTunes. Oh, for God's sake. Shut up! Right. Okay, we're doing an hour into 4:03. Now, it wouldn't be interesting if somebody picks a moment in which they're actually on the audio. Here we go.
There was some babble about exploding the stolen planets inside Zanuck, which I could not make sense of, but it does seem
Kirk.
like a good idea. Having an entire planet as a segment of the key to time seems to show they were not taking the idea all that seriously.
There we go. Ian Kirk, yes. Don't know what he's talking about, but there you go.
Okay,
Yes, go on then, Kirby.
Debbie's first episode was 217.
217, quite a while back. Do you know? Anyone know which my first episode was?
Episode
0.
No, mine was the pilot episode. So isn't it interesting?
Yes.
We did the pilot today, episode 600, and my first episode was the pilot, as in the pilot episode of. Yes, I'm rambling, aren't I? Right then. So I found an episode. There's various versions of this audio, which is quite worrying. There's a 217D, and there's a 217. And the 217. Oh my God! What's
You
the
were
most?
probably back 10 years ago. You were probably editing.
217. I don't know. I was probably the one with the latest time on it, which is excuse me, 2250. I'm going to guess that it's probably this one. Oh, it's not reloading yet. Bear with. I have to click on the download thingy from the cloud.
Bear right, frog left.
Yes. You were saying about, while that's doing that, I'm going to load up the Doctor Who News facility, or one of them.
And by the way, Doctor Who News does not have the latest news, I noticed.
What, DoctorWhoNews.net? Or...
No, I'm saying Doctor Who News, the website, does not have the video that came out, yesterday? Day before?
Okay, well, we'll talk about the video in a minute, but it has got... I think we talked about Ernie Vinch death on the last episode.
Yeah, we did.
But
and
there's
then
also
Black Archive and Doctor Who Magazine. That's all they have on there.
So did we talk about Doctor Who Magazine?
No, because that entry is just from 2 days ago.
Okay, well that's got a title, Fear Itself, depending on how you want to pronounce it. And the Fourth Doctor.
Itself.
The Fourth Doctor on the cover with loads of villains in the background, and it's a Philip Hinchcliffe interview, I presume. Yeah.
I might try and find this one. I haven't gotten a new Doctor Who magazine in years.
The illustration of Tom Baker on it looks like an Alistair Pearson. It may not be, but it's a very good picture. Okay, so we were going to go for Debbie Melrose's first episode, and here we go.
I thought you were going to skip that part.
I can't. Well, it should be at the beginning, won't it?
Yes.
One.co.uk present the 20 megabyte Doctor Who podcast.
A great introduction, isn't it? Hello and welcome to the 20 megabyte Doctor Who podcast, episode 217. I'm Adam, and this week we have Mr. Kirby Bartlesline.
No complications.
Mary Lang.
So I said, Bonesy, an army marches on its stomach.
And Debbie Melrose.
Hello.
You haven't got a quote.
I haven't got a quote, sorry. I didn't know I was supposed to have one. I do.
That's good, actually. Yeah. I sound quite cheerful in that. What the hell went wrong there? Right, okay. That was quite good. I mean, have you actually documented everybody's first episodes then?
Well, since I have a spreadsheet of things in the episode order, and I have everyone that's on the episode, then you can easily figure it out. And I just scroll through and find out where the first X appears. For instance, I'm scrolling back and find Mary was on episode 121. And in a lot of these cases,
really,
we actually appeared earlier, but it wasn't our official.
Ooh, I'm quite intrigued about this 131. It's probably just downloading another bit at the moment. I want to
121.
I sent feedback a few times before.
Yeah. No, but that's the feedback. It's not when you get
121.
When you get sort of embroiled into the into doing this, basically. Right. All right, I'm gonna have to look through the episode list now because God bloody hell. Because unfortunately, it's downloading something I was going to look at earlier, so I'm going to scroll through on the website the episode list. I hope that the correct audio file is attached to it. Oh, I've gone too far now. Oh, God bloody hell, I've gone far too far. It's like an accidental press of the wrong button on the TARDIS console. Aha, here we go. It's this one. Hopefully it will play. Oh, now it's saying, it says upload file. I don't want to upload the file. Good Lord, what's happened here?
Don't replace it.
Eh?
Don't replace it on the
No, I've
server.
made a boo-boo. I want to actually go to the episode. And hopefully, no, it's asking me to upload a file again. Oh, here's the file.
And this was for the Lazarus experiment.
It's asking me to edit it. Kirby, what the hell have I done here?
You screwed up.
Mary's intrigued.
Yeah, right. What did you do to me?
Okay, well, I'll
Where did I go?
Right, it's nearly downloaded. You see, we halfway through this, when we did 300. I created I had loads of time in those days. A little sort of clip of each of the first 300 episodes in a sort of very long audio.
Hello and welcome to the
Shut up. It was 6 hours and 39 minutes.
Yes, and that was great. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm going to find a random bit of that before it's downloading Mary's.
The guests, by the way, the guests on number 121 were Liz, Wendell, and Wes from the Omega podcast.
That's not going anymore, is it?
And no, it died probably 8 years ago.
Yeah, probably because they found stuff to do.
And we also had a guest, someone named Julia Bartlett Sloan. That's the geek daughter.
Yes, okay. Okay, right, so I've just selected a random time for that first 300 episodes montage, which is actually very good, to be fair.
This is a very rare opportunity for me and Alicia to be alone in a quiet place to record a podcast. So I don't really know what's going to happen, but nevertheless, we're going to have a go at it, aren't we, Alicia?
Yes. Throughout these 2 years, I won't be able to get any job in my life.
You've got a job.
Any job with qualifications, and I get
qualifications
without working at McDonald's or something.
Sorry,
I want to be successful.
Any job with
and
what?
Working in a supermarket.
Oh, so I see you're having a go because I work in a supermarket. There we go.
No, because you're smart and I'm not.
Deary me. Oh.
You know who we did not hear from for 600? Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil? Oh, was Dr. Phil supposed to send something in then? I didn't know this.
No, it's just that we haven't heard from him in ages. I even have a note on here where he sent stuff in. I didn't always do that, but for some reason I made a note.
Okay, well, do you know you said about Mary? Oh, hang on, what's this? Oh,
what did he say about Mary?
No, this is the audio that relates to that.
Hello, listeners. Now, this is a bit topsy-turvy because we've already recorded the show, but where we recorded it on a Sunday, and I compiled the charts on a Sunday, as you'll hear later on, I had to do the sort of charts afterwards, but put them in first, if that makes sense. So...
Mary.
All there, because I did threaten to try and gate crash the Omega podcast, because they're recording as we speak. So, I don't know how that...
Oh, we could. Oh, yes.
We could, yes. So I'm just going to see what happens when I try adding the Omega podcast to the phone call.
The melding of the podcast.
That was fun.
This could... just clicked on the wrong thing.
That's unusual, isn't it? Just clicked on the wrong thing. That was your voice there, Mary.
It was?
That was your voice. It did appear on that bit of audio.
I don't remember. Was that?
Hello and welcome to the story.
I won one.
Yeah, sorry, Kirby, I just found another clip. That clip that I last played had a bit of Alicia in it, so she must have been on for longer than I thought. Carry on.
Yeah, I won a little bit of something from a Chicago TARDIS from the Omega podcast, as they insisted on calling it.
Omega.
It was the signed thing from Chicago TARDIS that had lots of Big Finish people signed it. It's on my wall over there.
Well, that's nice. I should have got some shooting.
I know that Dr. Phil and I recorded something from the Chicago TARDIS.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Is that what that was?
Does he show up at Chicago TARDIS anymore?
Not anymore, no. He was a faithful attendee, and now I haven't seen him for several years.
I almost made a comment on a post he made on Instagram or Facebook or something just this past week, because he was in a car accident, and I almost made a snarky remark about, because he used to do those.
Oh yeah, listening to
those car driving things. But I decided that wouldn't have been good.
Right. Before I bore our listener any further, I've got one more random clip to play from that first 300 episodes. Or maybe it might be more than one. If it's a really rubbish one, I'll play another one. I don't know what it is, but this is what it is.
Model is currently modelling some more lingerie.
Oh, for God's sake, Dad, tell her.
What, doing lingerie?
Dad, tell her she's climbing on top of me.
All right, Isabella, right, let's have the phone back if you're going to start messing around. Well, go and sit back here, please. Hello and welcome to the 20 Megabyte Doctor Who podcast. And with me I have Ben Shoveler.
Do you know what? I was just watching the ceiling collapse, but it did therefore make sure that the camel mystery had been sorted out.
Lovely. Kirby Bartlett-Sloan.
Good morning.
Reese Parton.
Hello.
And Louise Jameson.
Hi, hello everyone.
Hello.
Oh my.
Hello.
Oh my.
That was such a...
Just Kirby's going, oh my, and then nobody spoke anything to her apart from Ben. I was supposed to be interviewing her, and Ben just stole the interview, so I made up for that by getting her back on later on. Anyway, for the benefit of our viewer,
Ben, what's he up to nowadays?
He's being a media person for Farnborough Football Club, and he's very happy in doing that. It's a video still running. Oh, it is.
Doesn't have time for us anymore.
Terry Marr says you picked up the phone and ended the podcast. Did I? Did I? It seems to be running. I'm. Oh dear. I can't end it because I can still see myself on the telly. On the telly, I mean the computer, of course. Yeah. And I can see comments coming through. Oh, good lord. Anyway, right. For the benefit of the viewer, I've got the signed picture of Ncuti Gatwa here. Now, I was looking at it thinking, what has he written there? Here it is. You can just see it's in this protective case, and it says Ncuti 15XO. So all it is, I've worked it out now, is he's number 15 Doctor, and the XO is a term of endearment from Ncuti. There was a load of pictures to choose from. Initially, I picked a picture of him doing the Doctor sort of hands towards the camera pose, and then I saw this picture, and I thought, yeah, that was really, really good. So we did, when we actually did the photo, which is on the other side, funny enough, I think. Yeah, when we did the photo, I did the hands towards the camera, and Ncuti had me sonic screwdriver, just so as I can have more doctors to hold my sonic.
Yes.
So there you go. The best one with the sonic was Bonnie Langford, sort of her expression on which she had it in her hand, holding it in a sort of very awkward way. In regards to Doctor Who, but one of my favourites with the Sonic is Robert Picardo with his picture of me, and he's sort of like brandishing at me the sonic screwdriver. So it's been in the possession very briefly of some quite iconic sci-fi people. So yeah, by the way, Terry Marr says it's back now. Yeah, I'd love to go through those audio clips from podcasts past, because for some reason, I'm really entertained by it. I don't expect the listeners to be entertained.
You should do what I have been doing for the past couple of years now. Yeah. And as we are approaching talking about a story,
yes,
I go back and listen to.
I am not going to do that. I'm not going to do that because once you've visited it, in my view, that's it. It's done.
Well, I guess I'm just entertained.
I got Ncuti Gatwa on this show, by the way. That's a good thing to have on the 600th episode. Come on, I should get some plaudits for that. However brief it was. Ncuti, did you actually hear him on that audio? You couldn't hear me. You could hear Ncuti, and that's one of the best podcast exclusives. I don't think any podcast has actually got Ncuti Gatwa on. I know it's a bit naughty because he didn't know.
And to hear that all that he's been going through that day, all those photo shoots and all the autographs. I mean, he sounds so energetic.
That was quite early on in the day, though, Mary. He hadn't done them all by then.
Well.
But yeah, I mean, they were really good. They had a lot of people to meet in a very quick succession. And he was signing. But, they did it, and I've got to commend them. I mean, we're all moaning about standing around all day. They're the ones that had to stand and smile all these times and be engaging with hundreds of people, probably thousands in some way. So quite impressive. But yeah, he's lovely. Lovely chap. Very pleased to have met him.
Master?
Yes?
Yeah, don't forget that there was a little clip from
Yes,
the
thank you for
episode.
reminding me. I haven't seen this clip, by the way, but can you just... was it from Children in Need? If it's Children in Need, I did see that. The clip from the Christmas special.
Yes.
Yeah, with the woman that was in Derry Girls and Bridgerton. Can't remember her name.
I don't know. I don't know what she's from.
She was in Bridgerton, and she was in, I just said Derry Girls, actually. I will say that I think the actress in question, that clip, is one of the most beautiful actresses on screen at the moment. She's absolutely gorgeous. She's very Irish.
Actually, no, I started to post it because I didn't think anyone else had posted it, and then discovered, who was it who had managed to? I think it was Ian Kirk managed to post it before me.
Well, I missed it.
So I had to pull mine off. But I also noted that they made the T-Rex much closer to the correct size. It's
what
still
a
too
pedant!
Big. What?
What a pedant! Honestly, it doesn't matter what size a T-Rex is on video, does it?
Yes, it does, because in Capaldi's first episode...
You're talking to Kirby. You're talking about Kirby.
Okay, let's put it to the vote for the two... Is it two or one person that's actually watching the show at the moment? All right, then. Anybody watching the live feed? Oh, here it is, right then. Any of you... How many people watch? Two. Right, Terry and Lillian, I think, are the ones watching the live feed at the moment. Right, let's have a vote. Does it matter how big a T-Rex is in Doctor Who? Or on screen. Either way. I should play some lift music. Hang on. Oh, God, it's just Terry saying it's back now. There's probably a bit of a delay between me asking the question live and it actually going up on the live feed. I should have thought of that, because we used to try doing the quiz like that, didn't we? And there was always a bit of a slow thing going on.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. Oh, well. At least it maintains our slickness when things like that happen.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm trying to think of something else. So with Children in Need was on Friday. I didn't see the clip when it went out. It may have gone out before I switched on at 8 p.m. Bear in mind we just travelled up from the Isle of Wight to London. Or it might have gone afterwards when we decided to watch Big Brother final at 9 o'clock. So I managed to watch an episode of Picard, 2 episodes in fact, so I'm getting towards the end of that now. It's very nostalgic with all the people in it, in their sort of swan song part of the series. I just finding it difficult getting into watching anything of a dramatic nature, because we watch so much reality stuff and documentaries and history stuff. So yeah, it's... not been that easy to. I've also been trying to edit the writing of the world's family history, not just mine, and I've managed to get into page 70 when there's probably about 150. Was it 600 episodes?
Well, how many greats can you get in 70 pages?
Well, you've got to bear in mind the pamphlet begins about 8,000 years BC, so that would be so many greats that it wouldn't be worth mentioning. But yeah, it's just it's the human race evolving into. It basically shows that the human race is one family.
I've been saying that every time you go off on those.
Yes, but it's how me as an individual is connected to that one family, and this is how history is told, in my view, and my history is told.
Yes,
and
I'm being my normal self.
Yes, awkward, I think is the word you were looking
for.
So,
are we talking about what we've watched?
I'm just trying to talk about something I've been watching, and I was quite pleased with myself to actually, because there was absolutely nothing to watch, so I actually decided to bank 2 episodes of Star Trek Picard. So, but we got cinema tickets. We really do need to use them. There was a great documentary which I didn't get to see about Christopher Reeve. And that was on the cinema, and I'm really disappointed that it's gone now, and I'll have to wait till it becomes available on to buy on Sky, because I really do want to see it. But I have been trying to watch. Oh, you don't like it, you'll get cross, but I'm going to say it anyway. The second series of Ancient Apocalypse. Yeah, that was on Netflix. Got through that one. Now, what to say about that chap that presents and writes the Ancient Apocalypse? Half of it is him making it up as he goes along, and the other bit makes a certain degree of sense. Now, don't get cross with me, Kirby, because I know you will. I personally, without him having his input on the Ancient Apocalypse thing that wiped out advanced civilization before the Ice Age, right? That is a possibility, because nobody really knows what happened that far back. What I will tell you is that the human race has advanced because of geniuses, and the geniuses occur quite a lot through time. As you go back in time, less humans, less geniuses, but they have been there through time, and that's how we learn stuff and stuff. But there's been markings on cave walls from thousands of years ago with scientific diagrams of how to plot the path of the sun, etc., which they would have taken them years to do, but they did it because they were so determined to do so. There's certain things like that. So, but his idea that this ancient civilization went around the world to impart their knowledge on other civilizations, absolute tripe. But I was quite interested in the archaeological side of it, and my idea of it's no chance that humans are suddenly clever now. They weren't, because humans have always been clever. It's just somebody invented a way of having electronic things, and that has just steered our knowledge down to a more dangerous route in regards to wiping out the whole world rather than wiping out individual civilizations. So I'm not going to talk about it any further, but I did find the second series of Ancient Apocalypse quite interesting on archaeological front, especially with all these man-made ancient sites in the Amazon which have been uncovered via LiDAR and other means, and of course them talking about the inhabitation of Southern America by humans long before any European-based people landed on that side of the Atlantic Ocean. But yeah, I can't think of it.
Did anyone respond to your question?
No, you're going to tell me off and say how stupid I am to even.
No.
Because you've already told me off before. No, you've already told me off before by watching Ancient Apocalypse Series 1. You shouted at me and I got really upset that I had to go and have a lie down.
I'm saying nothing.
No, it's just a TV show at the end of the day. I think some TV shows don't take too seriously. It's like social media and stuff like that now. There's so much AI about trying to convince people of one thing or another. You really don't know what to believe and what not to believe, to be fair. But the best thing to think is if you enjoy watching something, you find it interesting, it makes your brain work, watch it, enjoy it, but don't take it as it being a fact. Because the only facts are facts within your own life, that you can remember, you've seen with your own eyes, so it's not on a TV or computer screen. That's the only thing you can be, reliably sure that is a definite fact now, because people lie. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, so
Did anyone make comments about the T-Rex?
Oh, are they? T-Rex. Right, there we go. Oh, I've lost it. Hang on, I've got the wrong page up. Right, so Terry Mars says no. I don't know what the question was now.
You asked if
it matters.
If I was right in being pedantic about the T-Rex.
Yeah, so Terry says no, and Lillian Robbins said yes, size matters.
So it's a draw.
And then Terry said, naughty girl. Lillian did the laughy face thing. I think it's just as well she posted that when Neil had gone off the thread, to be fair. But there you go. Yeah, so I don't think of anything else to say, because I was hoping to fill a few gaps with lots of fans of the show gushing about how brilliant we were, but we had a handful of fans, which I'm very grateful for, gushing about how brilliant, well, how good we are. Brilliant probably was not the correct word, but yeah. So yeah, does anybody want to talk about what they've been watching this week, because it really has driven or inspired them into watching more of that said thing?
Well, I'm actually starting to watch more movies and TV shows than I did. And last night I got off in I ended up watching Wreck-It Ralph and Ralph Breaks the Internet again, just both of them. I started watching, for the first time in 40 years, Danger UXB, and discovered that Deborah Watling is in it. And she was, in the first episode, she was seducing the main character.
Yeah, she was in That'll Be the Day with David Essex and Ringo Starr back in it, which was filmed on the Isle of Wight.
Yeah.
Just want to point out.
And I continue to watch Batman, 1966 Batman, because I'm listening to a really fantastic podcast from the ESO network, where they're doing the journey, but with 66, 67, 68 Batman. So they're in like episode 20 something now. And so those are...
Oh yeah, I've seen you do a post about that, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been watching those, and it's a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Did you get... It.
Apparently you got a damaged meep from Julian. Is that correct?
I don't recall that I posted it was damaged, but yes.
Because what was quite funny is Julian told me about this at the Comic-Con yesterday, and he said, yes, I sent one to Kirby. I think she really liked it. I tried to subtly put in that he might have misgendered you.
Okay.
But yeah. So.
I guess.
I'm sure he liked it. Well, it took a couple of goes.
He doesn't listen to the podcast.
No. He might have listened to one or two. I don't know.
And I've been aware that my name has shifted genders through my life, because most Kirbys now are female.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Most Kirbys are female, unless it's a surname, of course. Yeah.
But okay. Yeah, and it did come damaged, but I had Fred, who has a glue gun and was able to fix it. So
okay. Well, yeah. I mean, he messaged me today saying, did he want him to drop one off to him at the shop? And I don't know if he's talking about a monetary exchange, because he just said if he's going to drop it off and it's not going to cost me anything, I'm going to say yeah, but I'm not quite sure that that I can I'm going to be allowed to exchange funds for said meat.
Yeah, I had to pay almost as much in postage as it costs. So, but I wanted one because they're really well done and cute.
They're unique and handmade and are really quite cool. The BBC finds out, he's going to be in serious trouble, but they are really, really good.
It's not going to be a problem.
What are you talking about?
The meep. Julian Clark, an associate of ours on the Isle of Wight, who's a Doctor Who cosplayer and massive fan, has usually makes sock-based merchandise, but has taken to creating little mini baby meeps from his own skillful hand. If you go, I think Kirby has actually posted a picture of the said meeps on the 20 Megabyte Doctor Who podcast Facebook group, which you can join. Have you posted a picture, Kirby?
Yes.
Yes, you have. I can see there. All hail the meep. So I got my meep today, all the way from across the pond, made by Julian, changing the cosplay Isle of Wight. So, yeah. So if you look at the picture of the meep that... I hope you do remember the meep, i.e. Miriam Margolyes and the one of the early... Oh, it was the first Ncuti and last Tennant story, wasn't it, if I remember rightly? Or was it his...
yes.
Yeah.
No,
it was one of Tennant's sort of little run, wasn't it, as the 14th Doctor?
Right. I posted this on November 6th, Mary.
Yeah.
If you want to go back and find it.
The little meeps. You remember the meep? It was so cute and then so evil.
Probably didn't make a big impression on me, so I
obviously didn't. Right, okay. So what about you, Mary? Apart from sports, has anything been sort of tickling your
sports
fancy?
So, I still follow teams from Cleveland, Ohio, and the basketball season has started up. And so far, my team, the Cleveland Cavaliers, have the best record of the whole basketball, American Basketball Association. So I'm excited to keep going with them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I watch a lot of basketball. Outside of that, I've gone on Apple Plus TV, and I've been watching episodes of Slow Horses,
all right,
which is really well done, fun and intriguing. Trying to think what else. I've been catching up on the soaps, because I do a lot of sewing, and when I'm sewing, I want something on the TV that I don't have to pay close attention to. So I'll turn on. I mean, I'm like 1 or 2 months back in both Coronation Street and EastEnders, so I'll just turn one of them on and just let them run one episode after another because I only have to pay half attention.
Yeah, I don't really watch the soap. If I'm having breakfast and Deb's got Emmerdale on, I do find it minorly interesting, but it doesn't interest me enough to want to continue watching them for, in a committed way.
I don't want to just sit there, and give it my full attention because they're not that interesting. But it's nice to follow the storylines. So, I just let them run while I'm doing something else. And so
have you finished watching Portrait Artist of the Year?
Well, no, other than the batch that they put up in BritBox, there haven't been any more. So, because obviously so you wouldn't have got up to the one where Dame, what's her name? I can't remember the co-host, Dame. I can't remember her name. It's awful. Anyway, what?
Yeah, the lady that hosts Portrait Artist of the Year. Joan Bakewell. So Dame Jo Bakewell. Obviously,
they do her.
She retired.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, they do her because she retires from. There's no spoiler because haven't seen the paintings yet, but she retires from the show, and they have her as the sitter. So the most recent series I watched episode 1 of, and that is with just Stephen Mole, whatever his name is, as the host. They don't replace her; they just have the single host.
A second host.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, I think they put that batch of like 2 or 3 years up just to see what interest there is, and maybe there hasn't been a lot of interest because they haven't put any more up.
That's a shame. It's a really, really good show.
Sorry about that.
Thoroughly enjoy it.
Had to be a fascinating show.
It is. It's really good on Sky Arts. If anybody's in the UK and wants to watch Portrait Artist of the Year, pretty sure every back episode is available to stream on their catch-up service. Sorry, I interrupted what you were talking about there, Mary. Oh, was that? Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to think of what else, if anything else, that I've been watching. I watched Shogun on Hulu. I love the books. Absolutely ate the books.
Yeah.
Years ago when I read Shogun. They do the same thing with that as Starz did with Outlander. They start out very faithful to the books, And it's really wonderful, beautifully done, gorgeously produced. And then they start veering off, from the books into timelines and events that had nothing to do with what you read in the books. And so I start losing interest because it's like, oh, no, that didn't happen. And oh, no, that person, was supposed to have died. And what are they still doing around? And yeah, so I lose faith after a while. So Shogun started out strong, and I eventually lost it with that. And then Outlander, the same thing. It's like they're off on their own tangents now, and I don't care.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. I'll just say, when I don't know if it was at London Winter Comic Con, but there was a guest there. I don't know if it was that event or the Liverpool Comic Con, which had an amazing cast, but one of the cast of Monkey died recently, the original Monkey series.
Yes, I saw that.
You saw it?
Yeah, I saw that he did. I don't remember which one it was.
Yeah,
I think it was who played Pigsy, the guy who played Pigsy.
That's right. Yeah, because when I saw one of the guests, I didn't actually see him at the event. 'Cause he may have, because he was only appearing today. Chap. Toshiro Suga, who played Chang from Moonraker, the I don't know if he was Chinese or I think he was Chinese actually. Actually, was Italian, not Italian, Japanese. I beg your pardon. Yeah, a Japanese actor who played Chang in the Moonraker film. He was a guest today at the London Winter Comic Con, along with a few other people. Yeah, actually, the people I actually saw was Ncuti at a long distance over these. Not after Ncuti was Natalie Dormer, apparently. I don't know who she is, but she was there. Tim Healy from Benidorm and Alfieda's Aim Pet. Frank Ashmore, he looks a lot older than the picture they got on there. Chris Barry saw him. Devereaux White, I think he was from Die Hard, one of the actors from Die Hard. I did see him. And Alexander Deverance, he was in Doctor Who, and a few other bits and bobs. Oh, Julian Glover, he's very charming. Julian Glover, he's very old as well, but he was there. Seen him a few times at the events. Christopher Fairbank.
Is he really green spaghetti?
No, he's just very old. Yeah, I saw this young lady go up to him in cosplay, and he grabbed both of her hands, lifted up and kissed them as by way of a greeting. I don't know if that's because he actually he thought the young lady was particularly attractive, but I just thought that was quite charming. Very old-fashioned type of charm, that is. Bearing in mind he's in his 80s. And Christopher Fairbank, he was also an Alfida thing, but many years ago, but more recently he was in that Marvel series with Samuel L. Jackson. I can't remember what the series is called now. So yeah, also
Master.
The new series of Murder on CCTV has been on Discovery Plus. Yes, Kirby.
Yeah, I've been just scrolling through Facebook, and you remember we just did the story with Mr. Huffle. The little squeezy thing that the
yes,
Dr. Mysterio.
Do you know, Kirby? I forgot to tell you. That's you can buy it, can't you? Because I know that because Julian bought the only one at the event.
Yeah, yes. I was. That's what I was telling you.
Right.
Julian posted a picture of it. It's cool.
It is, but there wasn't anything there that me and Deb felt that we needed to buy because a lot of the stuff was priced quite highly. And anyway, I started to ramble now. I think we've probably drawn the episode to its end because we've lost a penultimate viewer.
For quite a while now.
Yeah, more than 2 hours.
Yeah, sorry about that. Well, it should have gone on for a lot longer, but we didn't have enough people to gush about us with.
Well,
so the next episode is.
If only Debbie hadn't gone and injured herself.
I know. But the next episode is the one that has all the emojis on it. Now, apparently, you can buy these particular screen-viewed props on eBay, a ridiculously high price of probably about £200 each. But yes, I can't remember what the episode's called now. What do you anybody idea?
Smile.
I should have guessed that. It's an emoji-based
And when are we
thing.
going to record?
You mean that? You do ask some questions, don't you? Right, I'll check my very busy. I've got to. I've got a new MacBook Pro, by the way, Mary, because my computer for doing work on is so slow now that I've had to actually finally get around to doing an upgrade. So I've got a MacBook Pro to do my video and photo. Well, it's exceptionally fast. You wouldn't believe. It's going to be a case I'm going to have to work out a way of doing the podcast on it at some point. But yeah, next week is Debbie's birthday, so that will tell you that. Guess what?
No podcasting.
No podcast. The week after that's the 1st of December.
The week after that, I won't be on because I'll be at Chicago TARDIS.
Oh, good. That's good. Well, we'll do the 8th then, because that means that you'll better talk about Chicago TARDIS on the 8th of December. Is that all right with everybody?
Yes,
Kirby,
right with me.
Right, well, aim for the 8th.
And I see on my calendar that on the 7th, I'm going to be watching. One of my friends is doing a Die Hard watch party.
Oh, yes.
Where we're going to all watch it together and comment.
Well, you should have been interested in that actor that I mentioned just a few seconds ago.
I don't know because I've never seen it.
What? You've never seen Die Hard?
Gotcha. No, I do plan to watch it before the watch party, but no, I've never seen Die Hard.
Well, nor have I, so I shouldn't be scoffing. Yeah, so we'll aim for...
So on the 8th. Got it.
Yeah, we 8th because Mary's not available. She's at Chicago TARDIS on the 1st. That'll probably be it because on the 15th, I've got the M&S Christmas party. The 22nd is a slight possibility at the moment, although Debbie Melrose's birthday is on the 21st. So we'll say potentially we could do the Christmas episode on the 22nd of December, and we'll also record on the 8th. Yes?
The Christmas episode of Doctor Who doesn't come out until Christmas.
I'm talking about our Christmas episode. I don't know about the Doctor Who one. Right, anyway. So, let's put everybody that's got stuck with this episode out of their misery and say thank you for listening, watching and taking part, especially those who've hung around for 600 of these episodes. Well, basically, that's just me then, isn't it? Bye!
Bye. Goodbye, Fancy Pants.
The 20 Megabyte Doctor Who podcast is an APV Services production, sponsored by whowon.co.uk and lavazi.co.uk. We are proud members of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance. Doctor Who is a trademark of the BBC. No copyright infringement intended. The music on this podcast is covered by limited online music license from PRS for Music.